Now your homework is going to involve identifying proportional relationships and calculating the slope and things of that nature. So looking at this first example, it says which graph represents a proportional relationship? Now, two things that we need to know when we're looking at a proportional relationship is that it has to have a constant slope and it goes through the origin and it goes through 0, 0. So it has to have two things to be able to be a proportional relationship. Now, for it to be a constant slope, it has to be a straight line. So it's a straight line. And of course, going through the origin means that we're going to go right through the middle at 0, 0. So first, we can eliminate D because that's not a constant slope. And we can eliminate A because that doesn't go through the middle. Now looking at C, it does go through 0, 0, but it's not a straight line, which means that it's not a constant slope. So the only proportional relationship would be B. So let's look at something like this, where we're looking at what's not a proportional relationship. So we can very easily say, all right, from 6 to 13, remember, what is the difference there of 7? And from 18 to 39, there's a difference there of 21. So that means that 21 divided by 7 gives us our slope of 3. So we need to decide. Go all the way back to 0. And so we need to complete the table and say, okay, if I subtract 1, that means I have to subtract 3. So 5 and 15, 4 and 12, 3 and 9, 2 and 6, 1 and 3, and then finally 0 and 0. Finally 0 and 0. So since we're starting at 0, 0, that means it's going to go through the origin. Therefore, this would be a proportional relationship. These graphs are both straight lines that go through 0. So they're both proportional relationships. The only one that would not be is B. And again, we can see right here that is not a constant slope. So let's look at other examples. Now the fact that we have a proportional relationship makes the calculation of the slope easy, because all you have to do is find a point, for example, right there, and say what is 18 over 15. So our slope would be 18 over 15, and that in itself simplifies to 6 over 5. So our equation is 6 over 5x. And we have no y-intercept, so we can just leave it like that. And that's a proportional relationship. Another example, looking for a point, we see right here 8 and 3. So 8 over 3. And we can simplify that, so our equation is 8 divided by 3x.